Hello children, in today's video we are going to see about the changing seasons, the 4 seasons, equinoxes and leap year under the chapter motions of the earth. Let's move into the video. So we have already seen that this axis, which is inclined at an angle of 23.5 degree towards perpendicular plane. So now this inclined axis, when the tilt in the axis is combined plus the revolution of the earth. So this tilt in the axis which is combined with the revolution of the earth, we get the changing seasons. We'll see this in detail now. Look at this slide. From 21st March to September 23rd. So during this period, the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun and the southern hemisphere is turned away from the sun. So since the North Pole is inclined towards the sun, during this period, the northern hemisphere will have the longer days and shorter nights. So this part of the earth also gets more heat. So it is summer here. Now what happens in the southern hemisphere? So which is facing away from the sun. So it only gets the slanting rays from the sun. So due to the slanting rays, it has only the shorter days, but it has the longer nights, and it is winter in the southern hemisphere. So here in the areas to the north of the Arctic Circle, it experiences continuous daylight for a period of 6 months. And in this slide you can see the sun. I have mentioned here the vertical rays of the sun, and here you can see the earth with the parallels marked here: equator, Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer, and the axis. Now keeping this in mind, we'll observe this. So what happens on the 21st June? The sun's rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. So this is the northernmost point that the vertical rays of the sun can reach. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, it is the longest day of the year on 21st June. So this is called as the summer solstice. Now here observe this. Sun is here. The rays are falling on the Tropic of Capricorn. So on 22nd December, the sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn. This is the southernmost point that the vertical rays of the sun can reach. So in the previous slide you saw the sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. Now the sun's rays are falling directly on the vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn. So this is the southernmost point, as I have said. So in the southern hemisphere, it is the longest day of the year, that is 22nd December. What happens in the northern hemisphere? It is the shortest day of the year, and it is called the winter solstice. It is also called as the northern winter solstice. Equinoxes. On 21st of March and on 23rd September every year, the sun's rays fall vertically on the equator, and these days are known as the equinoxes. The North Pole and the South Pole are neither inclined towards the sun nor they are inclined away from it. On these days, maximum heat and light is received at the equator. Since the inclination does not affect the duration of the day, both the hemispheres receives the equal amount of sun's rays. Therefore, the length of the day and night is equal all over the world. March 21st is known as vernal or spring equinox, and September 23rd is also known as the autumnal equinox. The 4 seasons. We saw that the different position of the earth during the revolution around the sun is the responsible factor for the seasons. So we'll see now separately the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. It follows a pattern. So the pattern goes like this: spring, and then the summer, autumn and winter. And the month also you calculate, first if it is beginning in March, then the third month, April, May, June. So that will be the next season. So like that the pattern will move on. So we'll see the northern hemisphere. So spring beginning in March, summer in June, autumn in September, winter in December. In the southern hemisphere the pattern is reversed: autumn beginning in March, then the winter in June, spring in September and summer in December. Leap year. The earth takes about 365 and quarter days to complete one revolution around the sun. So for our convenience we take only 365 days as a calendar year, and the quarter day, that is the 6 hours left, are added as one more day to the month of February every 4th year. So such a year is called as a leap year, and it has 366 days. Every leap year has an extra day, and all the leap years are divisible by 4. The centenary years are leap years if they are divisible by 400. Yes children, in today's video we saw about the changing seasons, the 4 seasons, equinoxes and the leap year in detail. And with this video we are finishing the 3rd chapter, the motions of the earth. In the next video I will be posting a new chapter that is based on maps. Thank you children.